Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we're again just continuing to keep an eye on things as we are working on getting our oil field over here built. And it is coming along. You know. And we're doing the usual of trying to stay afloat financially, dealing with all the broken down vehicles. In fact, I had to deal with several more off screen as I was getting set up to start this episode. So our newest road depot is going to be filling up here. So I went ahead and planned in for a couple more. Again, just to explain, do we have trains? No, we did not have trains in there for repairs. We did get some trains repaired. As I was saying, to explain why we're doing this is because it actually costs money to... Oh no, that's one of the ones I'm moving, okay. It costs money to scrap, to get rid of all of these vehicles. So not only do I then have to spend the money to buy the new vehicle, I have to spend the money to get rid of the old one. So right now, we're just storing them until I can get some sort of scrap facility up and running, which that might be a thing that we could potentially do. Now, the other is the hope that we might actually be able to get them repaired and back operational again, which we have done once. So we'll see. So a scrapping facility, what does that do? It exports metal scrap, aluminum scrap, mixed waste, open space storage, steel, aluminum, that might not be a bad idea, all told. Oop. Man, that goes to zero so fast. I know that I should actually be doing this before we hit zero. Well, whatever broken vehicle that was is not there anymore. Okay, so if I were to build a scrapyard, where? Oh, that's ship scrapping. I'm not sure I would want a large one. We could do a smaller one. Yeah, there are places that I could squeeze it in. That would be minimal effort. And I would need to hook it up to aggregate storage. Alright, well let's put it in there. Let's put it in there. Okay. And it would need an open storage and an aggregate storage, yes? A warehouse to export. Mechanical components and electrical components. Open space storage for steel and aluminum. And an aggregate storage. We would need, like, 2 aggregate storages. Well, for metal scrap and aluminum scrap. Or I just let everything store on site. So I can store 24 tons, 21 tons. And then I can just use trucks to move everything out. And the thing is, it has to be put somewhere where it can get workers. How many workers does it need? 50 workers. That's a lot of workers. Thing is, we always kind of need something for people over here to do. Unemployed workers. The problem is there's not a lot of space. Well, there is a lot of space. It's just there's a big hill there. Now, this electrical connection... Let's see, could I just flatten this? Alright, hold on. Yeah, let's cancel it here. And let's see if we might be able to flatten some stuff out. Now, there are people here. No. We do have some unemployed workers over here. And it would be easier to flatten some area over here. And I could put another residential building in here. If I needed to. Alright, well, I want to check one thing before... Well, spot check my clothes. Okay, it looks like we're getting enough clothes. Alright. Great. Level, terrain, height. It is a refrigeration vehicle. Great. Alright. Well, let's go ahead. I'm just gonna do 5 loans. Rather than... what? Okay, that was odd. Alright. That was 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Alright, you then. Refrigeration. This is the one that you were... I'm not sure we need to do that. We'll go with this one. We'll keep those off to the side here while I work on this. Alright. So then, what we would want to do is we would want to get our road. Out of the way. Waiting for the new truck to show up. No, I want my road over here. Too steep of an incline. Straight out of the gate. Okay. No, just right out of the gate, it's just not going to like it. Okay. Well, what if we do... something along those lines. Alright, hold on. Alright. Alright, scrapping facility. Let's see, then we get water and power. It's also going to want sewage. Alright, well, we'll have to see about that. That's the one connection it won't have. We might be okay on power. Too steep of an incline. What if I... What if we came at it from this direction? That's gonna work. It should work. Six, not 908. All right. All right, so it would need, in terms of storage, it would need an open storage. Thing is, would I want to go with medium open storage? Or small? Because it's going to be half and half. For steel and aluminum. You know what, we'll go with small for now. There's an issue. Get road to it. Let's see. What if I did it this way? That would work. And then I would need an open storage. Or aggregate storage. We would need 2 of them. Keep them far apart. Oh, those are the ends. Okay, yeah, that won't work. That won't work. We gotta mirror it. Yep, another 2 million in the loans. That's the only way it's going to work. All right, now we can do that. All right, a scrapyard. So that we can start dealing with these bust down vehicles, because the idea that they're going to get repaired and be able to get back in action, I think, is not as likely as I had originally hoped. So what we're going to need to do is recover what resources we can from them. All right. Make sure the reconstructions are prioritized. But let's get all this in here. Now that scrapyard doesn't need like any kind of input, right? Export, 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 export. Alright, I guess I just send vehicles to it to get disposed of, and then that should hopefully work. Alright, how are we looking over here? The rail's not as far along as I'd like. But it's coming there. I think the issue may be that we're out of steel. No, we actually have steel. That's building back up. That might actually be good news. No, we're still spending an exorbitant amount of money on imports. But pump jack, pump jack, pump jack, pump jack, pump jack. Okay, okay. I'm seeing progress. Why don't we have all of you on this? Okay. Still a bunch to build. Okay. Except for this road. We don't want that road included. Alright, now I know that there was a train last episode that I was looking at. Is it you? 33%? You're at 36%. And you can be repaired, yes. Alright, good. Well, I might actually have to hold that off the next episode to get those trains cycled in. And they have wood. It's fine. Because we can export the aluminum, because I don't think we really use, well... I think we actually do use the aluminum. We use aluminum here, potentially. But even then, I still might just export the aluminum. The scrap can then get moved over here to get turned into stuff. So yeah. That's a lot of steel that just got delivered. Alright, how are we looking over here? Oh, still no one's moved into this building. Alright, but so far so good. Health is good. Happiness levels are fairly okay. Population statistics are flat for at least last month. But we are back even above our previous highs. All right. Okay, I think things are going well. All right, all the footpaths are almost done. I don't know why that footpath isn't being... it'll probably be alright. I mean, I could actually do that. Sure. There we go. Yeah, now it counts them in. Okay. Alright, but I think we'll go ahead and end the episode here. Oh yeah, there's that other pipe. But yeah, we'll go ahead and stop here. And, we'll see if there's anything else that we can add. No. We want you to work on building it. Yes, there we go. Because those 2 road depots are your project. All right, well, we'll go ahead and stop here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.